All right, all praise to the Most High Yahweh and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. All right, in this video, we're going to get into mtdna information dealing with one of the tribes on this chart. So we're going to look at Asher. So from Colombia to Uruguay, talking about the Incas. So let's get into this mtDNA information. So if you're not aware of the various doctrines and the mindsets in this Israelite movement, you have a One West doctrine dealing with 12 tribes chart, dealing with nationality in a general demographic group. So the nationalities are present on the chart, and the demographic group is dealing with Negroes, Native Americans, Latinos, and Seminole Indians. So, and then further on this chart, they go into deeper demographics like Mayans, Aztec, Incas, stuff like that. So the issue with this doctrine is it don't go further into detail like people want it to go into detail, but they can't, because this doctrine is really limiting and excluding women that's supposed to be with the group as a full pair from participating. So these are just a doctrine dealing with, multi-races of people and heathens being able to be accepted. That's why I call this chart the New White Jesus, because they basically are, giving the blessing and ability to save other groups of people, and mostly women, So you have this doctrine, you have Negro only doctrine, and pretty much the same thing, because when you find out that a lot of these Japhetic groups of people are able to have mutations of pale complexion, tan complexion, brown complexion, dark complexion, it's one of those things to where, technically all these people would be, Negro. The terminology with the term Negro is once again very similar to this 12 tribe chart when it comes to nationalities, and then going into the demographic of Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminoles. The Negro only is pretty much very much similar with just Negro. Other races of people are Shemitic. Other races of people are dark complexion as well. So be very mindful of that. So in DNA, I basically pair people groups, period. So everybody has a pair for their nation, and that's about it. Other than that, we get into the mtDNA information about this stuff. And so Israelite women, mtDNA is L2. So the women will have to have L2 maternal group, and then their paternal side, dad or that brother, that closest relative to the same paternal group available, will have E1B1A. That's for the women. For the guys have, a built-in mtDNA and Y-DNA marker. So it'll just be E1B1A and L2 for the guys, and that's it. You won't have to worry about getting another closest relative. Is already included in your DNA. So we are looking at the Incas. So I saw this on a Google search, and I was like, well, here go another example of, the various complexion type that other groups of women could have. And I was like, well, I saw this article, and I was like, well, the article don't mention the mtDNA information. So most of the time, I just have to Google again and look for that information. So, but nevertheless, like again, you see this cleft chin. So it's like, what is this person? Well, the cleft chin is mostly dealing with Caucasian groupings of people, no matter if it's a Japhetic or like a Japhetic Caucasian or a Japhetic Asian. These groups of people are literally the same people. They just broke away and spread out into various parts of the world, and they heavily populated those sections and then start to branch out other places into other places. So I was like, well, I want to know the DNA information. So this one is dealing with a particular mommy. So I pulled up, I couldn't find the article again. So I pulled up a different article. I was like, well, this is of a mommy and so on, but I wanted to, and it's like, wow, I never knew that they had like multiple mommies that they probably pulled up. But I don't know if this is a different one or the same one, but we'll find out. We'll find out together. And that was it. So we have that, and now we have the research paper. So here go the research paper. So this is a while back. So a lot of these projects, aren't anything new. Most likely, a lot of this stuff is held until the technology and the information catches up, and they are able to revisit a lot of these holdings of whatever they have. So right away, we found out that it's a C1b group. So we found that the Inca haplotype belonged to a branch of haplogroup C1b. So real quick, they said a haplotype. Let's see the mitogenomes. So let's see if we can find further information about it. So I'm gonna just scroll down real quick. So this one says it's a boy. So I'm gonna just scroll down some more, and then I'm gonna shoot back up and tell you what I think. Meanwhile, you can read along. So they're telling you about the different mummies that they tested already with this new way of looking at DNA and stuff. Again, they go, okay, so at this point, these authors reported the mtDNA from 7 samples, allowing them to broadly allocate haplotypes C and D, the HVS segment. So Juanita, so at this point we're talking about mtDNA, and it circles back to what was at the top. So real quick, this is the result. DNA was extracted from small pieces of the mummy lung, and they proceeded with the C group. What is the C group? I love how they go from haplotype to haplogroup to mitogenome, sometimes mitochondrial DNA stuff. Because the issue is you want to get a lot of accurate information when it comes to this stuff, because you see how they tend to mix and match the articles. So from what I'm looking at, this is dealing with mtDNA information, even though they threw a little head fake like close to the top right here with the 7-year-old boy. But yeah, this is mtDNA information dealing with C1. So C1, for people that don't know, and also they mentioned haplogroup A. So basically, genetic groupings of women, they start at N, and the N at, I want to say X. It could be like a Z because there's a combination known as CZ. Other than that, X and a possibility of Z, but a lot of times they tend to, group these things together because they're basically, closely related, just found in like different regions, and they too suffer by these mutations. So the mutation is dealing with, complexion types. There's various complexion type within that Japhetic pool. So you have this as an example. So we go back to those pictures. You see how that looks right there. And then to the other picture. So this is dealing with the C group. So the C group, the A, B, C, and X is very common as the Native American women of Japhetic people. So if you are a woman with Native American ancestry, you will most likely have, A, B, C, D, X DNA information. Now the D, remember the D is dealing with a Shemitic group of Moab and Ammon. So other than that, the A, the B, the C, the X, mtdna is Native American, dealing with various group of Japhetic Europeans and Asian, very similar to the Y-DNA layout. Because once again, it's common and not common for these groupings of Y-DNA to be found with the perfect pair. So like I said before, there's a high possibility of a lot of these groups of Y-DNAs migrating, and they migrated with the understanding that there's other women around, and if their own women don't want to venture or come along with them, they could easily grab another group of women. So arranged marriages and passport bros without the passport always existed, basically. All right. So, with that being said, I want to say once again, as always, all praise to the Most High Yahweh and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach, Yahushua, Peace and blessings once again to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. Once again, as always, thank y'all for the views. Thank y'all for the comments. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section according to the community guidelines, and I'll reply to it with a comment or a video. Other than that, peace and thank y'all all.